Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Day Trade Live. My name is George, on here with James. What's up, James?
What's going on? Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Uh, Interesting day yesterday with CPI. Expecting an even more interesting day today in the afternoon with the FOMC statement, federal funds rate, Powell speaking. So, uh, quite a bit of news, but all after 2 p.m. Today, we did have import prices month over month come in. Yellow folder, uh, no real movement off of it. We've been in a very tight range thus far. Looking ahead to tomorrow as well, we've got 8:30 a.m. core retail sales and the Empire State Manufacturing Index tomorrow. So still have some red folders to look forward to tomorrow. And even on Friday, another red folder, Flash Services PMI. So we've had a good week of red folders to keep us busy and on our toes. Real quick, taking a look at the currencies. Dollar is middle of the pack right now, but on the weaker side of the other currencies. If we take a look here, we've got Dow futures, S&P futures, and Nasdaq futures all basically flat, down a little bit right now, but very, very, very flat. And we'll see that here on the four major indexes here to the left. Got the ES, and you'll see since the overnight, the blue dotted line is yesterday's close. Since then, we've been in a very tight range on all four major indexes. We've got the dollar here on the top right. Had a huge drop yesterday based off of that CPI news. Retested the lows during the London session with a drop here on the dollar, but have since recovered some of that. About a 50% retracement there on the dollar, maybe 61% retracement there on the dollar, and the VIX opening up very flat so far on the day. So not a lot of movement. I'm going to move over to the charts. Got the weekly chart here on the ES. Still holding this downtrend. Tried to break out yesterday on the CPI news. Very quickly rejected off of the 50 SMA here on the weekly and back below that trend line. So right now we're trapped between the 200 and the 50 SMA on the weekly chart. And just something I'm keeping an eye on. We get a solid break above the trend line, a solid break above that 50 SMA. I would be turning bullish, but so far on the weekly, I am still bearish. We need to break above this trend line and close above the trend line for me to be bullish. Take a look at the daily. Pretty much the same thing. Rejected off of that trend line there. Back below this 200 SMA here. That's a huge rejection candle on the daily. I actually had to go back quite a bit. I didn't even find a rejection like that. A huge selling candle like that on the daily. We've had it a few times on the to the upside. For example, here on October 12th, and then again on back in February and January a few times. Excuse me. And I've already been up for like 3 hours today. I don't know why I'm yawning. Um, but haven't seen a huge rejection like that uh to the downside really after scrolling back through the whole year. So pretty interesting to me. The rejection right there off of the trend line. I mean, bulls could not hold that up yesterday. 4 hour, we're in a channel, so weekly I'm still bearish. Daily, though, I am neutral. We are trying to break out there on the daily. I am neutral. We need to break down out of this trend line. We've tried to break down a few times. We broke down here. Got pushed back up, broke through the trend line here last week, chopped around and are pushing back up. So I'm definitely neutral on the daily. We need to break below the trend line for me to get bearish, or up above for me to be bullish. On the 4-hour, we're in this channel. It is a upwards channel, so neutral bullish on the 4-hour, but not much for me to go off of it right now. We could have retest as low as really the 4,000s down here. I think we could test as well. We should have some huge moves today, and maybe some confirmations either to the downside or to the upside with today's FOMC news. And so for the most part, I'm pretty neutral. Again, we've been in a tight range in the overnight, so I'm going to need to see some movement and momentum before I decide on much at the moment. We're going to stay patient. I'm going to try and wait for the most obvious trade setups and see what James has for us.
Well, uh, as you said, relatively flat. I'm not really looking for anything off the open this morning. We are opening up in a fair value zone. I mean, it could go either way. Uh, 15-minute, we just broke out of a symmetrical wedge that I have drawn out. Not too much movement off of that. So, I mean, like I said, relatively flat. I'm not really seeing anything that popping out and saying buy or sell to me right now. So, see what we get off the open and make a judgment off that.
Yes, sir. I mean, been in such a tight range. The VWAP is right there. Everything is right there. So about 5 minutes till the open. Not very much volume so far in the overnight. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be sitting on their hands today until FOMC at 2 p.m.
I will say though, since you just mentioned that, there's a saying that goes around: "Don't fight the Fed," and I mean, we can visibly see what happens when you try to from yesterday. I mean, obviously, anybody who went long was going against what the Fed wants to do with the market and was taken advantage of yesterday. Like everybody was trying to go long, a fade right into that because today we're expecting either 50 or even 75 basis points hike. I don't see that going away anytime soon with all of these buyers trying to step in and buy the market. Like they
Yeah.
want the market to come down and settle. So, I mean, why would you try to go against that? It's just
Yep.
boggles the mind.
Do not disagree. That's why it's very difficult for me to even think about being like overly bullish these days. I did forget there in my little monologue at the beginning to review the rate. So this is when we refreshed yesterday, 79.4, 20.6. It had actually gone up from about 73% up to 79% for a 50 basis points hike. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it right now and see what kind of changes we've gotten. Still holding. All right, so 79.4, 20.6, still holding there. I'm actually shocked that there is not even like the smallest 2 or 5%, 25 basis points estimate there. But and I don't necessarily see the Fed going 75 basis points right now. So we shall see. I'm in my opinion, it would be more probable for them to do 25 basis points than 75 basis points. But
Well, you would
what
think
the
that, but with
what
buyers
the
popping into
hell
the
do
market
I
off of
know?
CPI data like that, like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're almost forced to because
Yeah, they are almost forced to. You're right
buyers
because
are popping in so hard. It's like,
they don't want to do they can't do the 25 basis points because the market will just go freaking to the moon. So so yeah, I just talked myself out of it, or you talked me out of it. So
I feel like 50 is reasonable, but if they really want to put a mute to the market, like popping on every single swing where something goes their way, and this is that fabricated, like made up CPI data that they just started doing this year. This isn't even the real CPI. The actual real CPI actually went up 0.01. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm trying to trust Jerome Powell, but I mean, like I said, they're fabricating shit. So you really, I mean, I don't know. And that's where you get the other side of it. I'm not even putting blame on the buyers because the buyers are calling out Jerome Powell for some bullshit. But I mean, at the same time, they want their numbers to get to where they want them to be, which is about 2%. They're a long ways off from that. But I mean, in order to get there, as soon as something good comes out, any type of good news, they're buying on every single swing. So I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. If I saw a 75 basis point hike this time around.
yeah, yes sir.
30 seconds to the open. See what we get.
It's gonna be a big turd. Or we're gonna get some movement. Depending on how this morning goes, I'm going to question whether I even show up in the morning in the future on Fed Funds Day, or if I just wait till after 2 p.m. I will certainly be back on the charts today at 2:45 p.m. I do not get on at 2. I do not even get on at 2:30 when Powell starts to speak. My best trade comes at around 3 p.m. after the funds rate statement comes out. So I try and stay away, let it freaking jerk everybody around, and see what kind of direction it really wants to take. And then try and ride it for the last hour from 3 to 4. So I'm going to pop here above the VWAP right now.
Would not be surprised if that entire bar retraces back down to the low. Could be a fake out. Starting to look. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard call. It really looks like a fake out to me. Ooh, it held.
Yeah, a little
Interesting.
follow through there. That is interesting. That is interesting. Got initial resistance up here at 61. 61 a quarter.
Nasdaq starting to follow suit. Should be a nice move.
Yeah, all four indexes are pushing right now a little bit. Have been long from 59. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Pretty low volume though for me right now. Yeah, like average volume. Dollar's trying to push higher. VIX is coming down. A very tight range thus far. 28 points on the ES. 94 points on the NQ. But do we expect this to trend in the morning with FOMC later today, or are we expecting this to range? And I'm gonna say I'm gonna expect it to range, so I'm gonna be looking more for a reversal off of the overnight high or off of the overnight low, and certainly off of yesterday's lows. I mean, so far we've gone straight up. The tick chart just now made it over the zero line for the first time. I mean, it hasn't even. It's now starting to push. Advanced decline, pushing. Dollar finally starting to come back down. But trending up since 6 in the morning.
If we can hold about the 40, 62, 50 level, get a little bit of consolidation out of this, I'll trust it for an upside move. We were actually able to move up into yesterday's pivot range low. So it's a nice retest.
See if this initial resistance level here for me holds. Another push back to the upside. Again, I'm more looking for a reversal back down, but I do want it to test that resistance level again. Testing the trend line right now. Nice little push off the trend line. Me personally, I wouldn't even mind for it to make a new high to then come back down, but that's a huge rejection there. Dollar's back to its trend line. It's going to reject off of the trend line or break through. If the dollar breaks through, price should go higher.
Really liking this consolidation here at value area high. Point of control just moved up to about 40.65. If we're able to hold this pre-market trend line, be looking to take a long over about 40.70, targeting 40.80, 40.85 from yesterday.
Hate to go against you, but I could be short here soon. A 1 minute left in this first 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes went by rather quickly.
Sure did.
Dollar did break through its trend line though. That being a bullish signal for the index, as did the VIX kind of trying to break down here out of its channel. SPY has a pivot point up here at 404 that I'd like to keep an eye on. Definitely not looking to get short yet. In fact, this price action's looking a bit more bullish to me than bearish right now.
Bears were just able to get that close below the pre-market trend line there. Starting to lose 62.50. Guess I'm gonna have to look for something else. That short play you were talking about might be validated under the VWAP
Ooh,
here if it gets down. Oh, nice
Jesus.
bullish wick there.
Wowzers. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely still some bullish momentum that this needs to shake off if this wants to come down. The VIX right now is coming down. Dollar's coming down. All bullish signs for this. So this should get a little move up here. I don't necessarily know that it'll make it up to 80. But
Not sure I can trust it. Like, Delta is just not agreeing with the price action at all. It's coming straight down.
Definitely a fight going on here.
Trying to turn 6250 into resistance here. That's great.
I need to wait for this 5-minute candle to close. Got about 35 seconds left. But still plenty of bulls fighting this.
Also seeing some type of symmetrical wedge here, like just extending out to the side right here, still holding the bottom line. It's looking like it's more likely to break to the downside, but we're gonna have to see. Put a break out of that around 4068. Yeah, 4068-ish.
We pop up and get back below 65, 66 though, I'm going to be short.
Delta's starting to move up. I like this 4070 play.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a
Let's
long here soon.
white the outrageous 5-minute candle in 30 seconds. That's the 3-minute candle. I mean, that's
Just need to get a close over 68 here. Long here for the break through the highs. We do have 5-minute resistance at 7250 though. That might get in the way. Just got taken out there for break even. even though I'm just following price action and, like, what the chart is actually saying, I find it odd that we're trying to break out, like,
Yeah.
we're ahead of the FOMC news.
Well, which is
It's
why I am definitely playing this reversal.
what, to the downside?
Yeah. I mean,
We'd
I'm not
have to
in.
lose, like,
I'm not.
40,
I'm not.
55.
Yeah, I'm not in it. I'm not in it yet. But no, I'm gonna be in it. If we lose 40.65, I'll. I'm gonna be in this back down to the lows. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be in any rush to get into this, but at all because there's nothing yet saying be short. But and I mean, you definitely took the right trade. Definitely should have been. I'm definitely over biased to the reversal that I didn't take a long at the break of like 68. That would have been my long play there.
Yeah, that would've been a perfect entry.
Uh,
68.
I mean,
Wish I had something telling
it
me to
did
get
like
in
a
a little
it
bit
made like a
sooner.
it bull flagged essentially kind of
Yeah, it tried
on
to, and
my
then it
tick
started to
chart.
lose 62.50, so I felt a little uneasy about getting in long down there.
Yeah. Um but for me, just considering it to be more of a ranging morning at least than a trending morning, not trying to be over aggressive to get in long at the top.
That's what I'm thinking. Nasdaq's actually starting to look like a rising wedge to me on the 5-minute chart. It's definitely got the formation for it.
And the Nasdaq did not break the overnight. The Dow and the ES are the only two to have broken the overnight. And Russell's, I mean, the Russell's freaking back at the VWAP.
It's starting to weaken hold the overnight high. Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, it would not even remotely surprise me if this decided to go straight up until 11 in the morning because of how unlikely everyone would think that that is. But again, I'm not going to be getting in at the high, so I don't expect it to be a trending day. But to the moon.
Yeah, we managed to get a higher low right before the open into a higher high and then a higher low off that 40.6250 hold. Starting to develop a trend. I'm just not sure how long it's gonna last. It feels
Got about
like
2 minutes left
too
for
far
this.
up too fast.
Yeah, 2 minutes left for this 30 minute. And I mean, I'm not. If this goes straight up, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Nasdaq's got some strong resistance around the 12,000 level. It can't get through that. I think we do start to get a reversal here. We got a very, very stiff uptrend, easily broken. ES
I mean,
was able to get
Nasdaq still
to
hasn't broken the overnight.
72. Let's call it 72.50. So if ES were to lose that back to the downside, that'd be early beginnings of a reversal here.
Got about 15 seconds left. Dollar's pushing back up. Not seeing any reversal yet from here. I need to see the VIX come back up. Just to come back down, but MACD on my 3-minute is still pointing very much to the upside. New 30. Dow trying to push to a new high there as well.
At 40.75, like a high sell zone. Got a major selling pressure stepping in here at 75. That's what I've got for our current uptrend. If that's broken, I feel like at a minimum we get some consolidation. Depends on how big the pullback's gonna be. VIX and UVXY are looking hella extended though. I just don't know how. Like this has to be at a breaking point here. If we do lose that trend line, that'll be the rising wedge confirmed downside move.
You sent me something?
Oh, it's in trade chat.
About a minute left in this 5-minute. Definitely want to see how this closes.
Actually wicking in, trying to hold that trend line. Very odd. People are buying off of this trend line again. That's very odd.
I mean, that overnight is holding like a freaking champ on the NQ, which makes me think that this is about to pop. The NQ is about to pop. VIX is starting to push back down. Dollar has retraced nearly to the trend line that it broke. So a break and retest basically to come back down. This is looking like it's gonna pop. Yep. Especially with that dollar break and retest now coming back down.
Definitely not buying into this rising wedge. Like that's no.
Could maybe get to the 80s, like you said now. New 5 minute. 5 minute close green.
If it is able to fight the rising wedge, get into the 80, 85 level, I will 100% be taking a short from that level. With these circumstances, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Ooh. Russell's starting to drop. Dow's trying to drop. NQ right now wants to be the strongest, breaking out. Broke of the overnight. Pushing to a high of the day. Not any extreme on the tick chart or anything, though. But it has been holding above the zero line, the NQ has.
We're right on 15-minute resistance. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the reversal zone.
Nope.
Buyers should be getting exhausted here. We have decrease in volume. I don't know how this holds. It should come down.
The VIX is dropping hard right now. The dollar's not, though. So. This VIX starts to come back up. But trendline held. Trendline held. Trendline is VIX dropping hard. Dollar starting to come down with it. NQ certainly the strongest market right now, pushing hard. Pushing harder than the ES here. Russell is down actually. Russell's below the VWAP.
The main thing we need to figure out right now is what type of bullshit they're trying to feed everybody, because obviously Wall Street is buying this. Like, a ton of people are trying to short it, keeps going up. We need to figure out what they're trying, like what time frame their algos or whatever the hell they're using is working off of, because this is real. It's not legit. They're not doing that ahead of FOMC.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really see is we were oversold on the 4-hour, but I mean,
Just grinding its way up.
got that slow grind in play today.
Dollar breaking down. Dollar break of the trend line confirmed. Dollar is coming down. VIX is coming down. Surprised this isn't moving up a little faster than it is, to tell you the truth.
What, the futures market?
Yeah. With the dollar coming down right now at the pace that it is and the VIX coming down, I would have expected this to give a little more of a move than 5 points in the last 20 minutes.
It's rare to get like 5 consecutive bars straight up on a 1-minute chart, but if you look at the 5, it's like every bar is up. And there's like 6 of them in a row. It's kind of nutty. It's probably keeping people shy from buying in. It's just moving like this.
Yeah, the buyers feel like they're chasing. So they're going to have very tight stops. So very easy to stop them out.
The only reason I'm not participating, like that first pullback, I felt like was a solid buy, but unfortunately got stopped out of it. And then it's like now, nah, like we're not really moving up. We're slow grinding up, but this is more like a consolidation
Yeah.
move up than
Yeah.
anything. I think we're peaking around the 40-80 level. Could be 100% wrong, but it just, I don't know. Momentum is not there anymore.
VIX pushing lower, dollar pushing lower. Tick chart, tick charts for both the NQ and the ES hit highs on the day a couple minutes ago. New 15-minute.
I almost want to take a first entry short here.
Thinking that they're just gonna flush it to squeeze all these longs out. Now the Russell's starting to push back up near its highs. This could give this ES another leg up, especially if the Dow follows suit. That'll be all four indexes in the same direction. Dow right now is the one lagging. VIX at its low, continuing to drop. Tick charts on the ES and NQ at the highs right now. Just set a new high for the ES right there on that push. Dollar continues to drop. VIX dropping. All bullish signs for the market. NQ here getting held up by the pivot point potentially on the QQQ. ES hesitated a little bit at its pivot point, holding above right now on the SPY. Still no reason to get in short. And a bit late to get in long. Could be a slow rollover. Back down.
Yeah, we
Russell continuing to push.
lost the original trend line. Looking to reject off of the second one here.
Russell continuing to push, breaking the session high since the open. Quickly rejected off. Still has not broken the overnight high, though. Dow holding right above the overnight high, though. Trying to get a push there as well. Got about 10 minutes left right now in this 30-minute.
I'll be looking for a break and retest the pre-market high for an entry short. For at least a play down to the VWAP.
Yeah, VWAP is also the point of control on the day right now.
Getting a buy wick off value area high. 3 points off a high a day after breaking out of a rising wedge. I don't think I want to trade any of this, to be honest with you, dude. Whatever
Yeah,
their narrative is not matching up with technical analysis. So it's like, okay, now we're starting to get us out. Out damn time.
I need to wait and see how this 5-minute candle closes, though.
They're buying this shit. Are you serious? They're buying this too.
Starting to get the MACD to roll over on the 3-minute. This could still come up and retest this high. Dollar's still trying to push lower. VIX at the low right now. be a nice bearish close on this 5-minute. Still gonna dollar continuing to come down, as is the VIX. VIX is down nearly 2%. Index is up about 0.5%. Russell flat. SPY here bouncing off the pivot point. Broke, retesting, but do we break back down? NQ trying to break above the pivot point and getting held up there. VIX at the low of the day and pushing down. Got 2 minutes left in this 30. Will it be 10:30 reversal time?
You wouldn't happen to know what max pain is for this week, would you? Because I'm willing to bet it's right here where we're at.
I do not. I do not. Dollar pushing down hard right now. Quite hard. But
All
VIX
right, so we're
starting to
finally
flatten
breaking out
out.
of that rising wedge on the 1 minute, starting to peek through the bottom trend line. I'll be looking for a 40, 72, 75 or so
I've got the rollover on the 3 minute already. I like that.
consolidation area.
New 30 minute.
Hoping to catch like a bear flag or something on the 40, 72, 50-ish level. Something. I'll be hopping in short here for the swing low.
Got an order up at 77 if it pulls back to there. I need some sort of retracement here. I'm actually going to make an adjustment. No, I'm not. Actually, that trend line is still holding. Took my order off. I'm going to regret it later. Order at 77. So I thought about even 75 there.
Pre-market high held there. Looking for a lower high out of this and then a break back through it.
My order's back on at 77.
77.
Yeah. Got about 30 seconds or so left in this 5 minute. New 5-minute.
I want to be short here, but we are right on support for the Nasdaq. So trying to see what we're gonna get out of this.
I'm going to take this order off for the moment.
Throwing an order out for 74. Looking for a short entry under 74. Looks like bearish consolidation to me.
Looking like it can go there.
I'm risk off, but still not happy. Like this thing is actually trying to hold pre-market high again. Really expected a breakdown here. It's just not going.
Dollar's going up though. VIX is going up. Minute left in this 5-minute.
Yep, should have broke down right there, and now we're getting bought back up. I don't know. Might be another break even. There we go. Thing needs to close below though. And apparently that also is value area low, which is working against me for this trade.
New 5 minute. Being short at 71, especially if we get some kind of pullback. Still in.
Yep, still moseying along, headed back to my break-even line. I mean, Nasdaq's still trying to hold this support. I'm honestly surprised.
Yeah,
I really thought it was gonna roll over here. We got UVXY starting to move up. VIX starting to get a little reversal here.
they're really all
Just got
trying to
taken
hold.
out right there, break even.
Yeah, they're all trying to hold support right now.
So I think that's gonna be it for me as far as orders go until FOMC because this is not it's just not following anything that I have on my chart. So um gonna be hands off until after FOMC. Powell gets out, talks, says whatever he's gonna say. It actually looks like we might be setting up for a bull flag break here at about the 4078 level. I have
Yep.
no interest in that.
Nope.
This just
I've got
doesn't look
zero
good
interest
to
in
me at
that.
all.
I'm still gonna be still looking for this to come back down. It's not giving me the signal yet.
I can almost guarantee that bull flag breaks and they're gonna take it up to like 4085 just because like it's so obvious that this should be coming down. A lot of people, including me, just got short right there. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
sure
I
somebody
mean,
had
I
a wider
was.
stop than I do, so I mean, they'll be getting squeezed out here to the upside. I just have zero interest in playing this to the upside at this level.
The NQ has a naked POC at 12,072. So another 40 or 50 points, and it's only down 124 points on the day, so it's not anywhere near an extreme for it to at least tap there before it does decide to come back down.
There goes the bull flag break.
Yeah,
Market maker shenanigans. I can almost promise, like whatever max pain is, it's up here. Wherever they're taking it, it feels like what's going on. Like there was no reason for us to pop like that. There's no reason for us to slow grind higher. They have something that they have their computers doing and it's like benefiting them. So it's not following anything I have. I don't know.
there she blows. 1 minute left in this 15. New 15.
That does give us a double top from the rising wedge high.
Yeah, I mean, that 15-minute candle close is not bullish to me. Starting to like your 74 entry again.
If this gets bought up and goes straight to 40.85, I'm gonna go grab some water and make some breakfast because
Yep.
it's stupid.
Stay patient, people. Stay patient. Don't go thinking of doing stupid shit out there.
Oh, brother, forming a bull pennant off the bull flag line at high a day, like 50 cents off of high a day. I don't know, man.
VIX pulling back. Dollar's coming down though. Dollar's pushing through the low of the session right now, at a new low of the session. So this goes higher.
All right, brother. I'm gonna step away for like 5, 10 minutes. Fix
All
some
right,
food
man.
real quick. This is.
Yep.
I don't even want to see this. Like,
You
I
know
just,
what? I'm gonna step away myself. I'm not gonna turn this off, but I am going to mute myself. I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes.
same.
Well, then, I wasn't expecting that little pop there. New hourly candle. Trying to make a run up to 85 there, like James called out earlier. We will keep an eye on it, but nothing yet.
All right, I'm back, and I feel like walking right back out of the
Yep.
room.
Yep. Agreed. I don't understand. I do not understand.
Honestly, I just don't think it's something to be understood. Like, Wall Street wants it higher, it's going higher, and wherever they have their shit to stop buying is where it's gonna stop. Oh man. Finding some resistance right at the 85 level. That's just absolutely bonkers.
I mean, I, like, I just think this is trying to, at this point, this is just trying to trap people in long. People that are like, fuck it, I'm buying.
Yeah, that's what I've felt since, like, I don't know, say 10 o'clock, 10:10 maybe ish this morning. It seems manufactured. It seems like they're trying to get as many people up here, or even like maybe the daily close point of control, like up here, or it doesn't even have to be that far away. Like maybe just until FOMC starts, and then they have enough people trapped up here that they can bring it down as far as they want to. They're definitely trying to fill some type of narrative, and it's just like everything about the last what hour or so has just not made much sense. Like why the slow grind higher continued. Outside of what we're saying right now, like just feels like a trap to get longs in and then make some burger meat out of them.
Dollar's trying to break higher now. Trying to break out of its downtrend that it's been in all session here.
A solid clean break of pre-market high should still be the like a short zone 7250 level. We get down there, get some bearish consolidation. Might be willing to give it another stab. I really don't know. Depends on what it looks like.
Same. I am not looking to get long anytime soon. I'm waiting for a opportunity to get short. Got 1 minute left in this 5 minute. Might even be coming up on the opportunity if this 5 minute closes ridiculously. NQ just hit a low on the tick chart. That's the low on the tick chart for the NQ. Not a new low for the NYSE, but it is near the lows. So low here on the NQ tick, near the lows on the NYSE tick, trying to push lower. VIX trying to bake up. Let's see if it's got anything for us. Dollar trying to break up.
NASDAQ finally letting go of that short-term support.
SPY, I'd like to see break back below its pivot point here and even below the VWAP. New 5 minutes. Still not ready for this. Still not ready.
Be the third rising wedge of the morning that we're getting a breakdown out of. If this one gets bought back up, I mean, I don't see any point in wasting time just staring at this, holding these levels.
I mean, the 15-minute chart is fucking dog water. Fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier actually, and even the 4 hour. Like if you go up to the 4 hour, just looking at, it's almost like doji, like just absolutely disgusting. They aren't dojis, but they may as well be. Like
Yeah.
there's no there's no movement.
I mean, we spent the entire last hour in a 12-point range. That's like overnight bullshit. Stay patient, people. Don't get sucked in. Don't get sucked in.
Potential bull trap right here. Like they might try and drag it down a little bit. Need to see a break of about that 74 level from earlier. A hold below that. Pre-market high break might get me interested. But until we get through those two levels, just not a fan of what's going on at all. Might maybe have a little head and shoulder formation going on here. That'll be interesting to see if that turns out that way. So if this were to break down, I would assume about the 75 level for the neckline. But even so, pre-market high still might be a thing. So I'll be looking to see if we get a lower high out of it.
New 15-minute and another 15-minute shit candle. Brutal. Fucking brutal. Hot damn. Hot diggity damn.
Took a trip back to Chop City, man.
Yeah, I can't do this. I'm calling it. I'm fucking calling it. All right, guys. Good luck today on FOMC. Remember, 2 p.m. The rate change comes out. 2:30. Powell speaks. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. I won't take a trade till well after 2:45. I wait for Powell to start speaking and for Powell to kind of work his way into some sort of dovish or hawkish direction that the market likes, and try and get into a trade closer to 3, sometimes a little bit before, sometimes a little bit later. And actually, real quick before we come off, I can go through my last FOMC day trade. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Wednesday open. See a couple of the trades that I took here for my last Fed Funds day.
I'm gonna try and work my way back over here around 2 o'clock just to see what's going on. Not gonna trade anything before about 2:30 or so, like you were saying, but
Yeah, the
just want to see
earliest I'll
what's
come
going on.
back is about 2:30, but I like to even stay away until 2:45 just to not get sucked into anything stupid. But I pulled up here my trades from last FOMC. So at 2 o'clock, spiked up. Then it chopped around until 2:30 when Powell spoke, broke down, and that's kind of the signal to me is the breakdown on the direction that this is going to want to take the rest of the afternoon. But it breaks down so quickly when he's speaking that it has to react back up. Gave a nice spike up here into the previous support level, turned it into resistance. I got in short, was able to ride it down a good distance, um, and then gave this bear flag that I got stopped out on once. Tried to get in here, got stopped out, but then was able to get right back in on the next candle, basically after I got stopped out. These are 2-minute candles here. Uh, Better trade would have been to wait for a break of this trend line, but I got in up here, rode it back down. Should have held on really until 4 o'clock, but nonetheless, 2 out of 3. I had I want to say that it was a 2 or 3 hour day, um, and really just need to work on, especially after the second pullback, riding the trade out, leaving a runner on for much longer period of time. The only thing is that the ATR jumps up so much with all of this volatility that I have a much smaller position size. So when I only have 2 contracts on, it's a little bit more difficult for me to leave a runner. I'd be more comfortable leaving a runner if I originally had 3 or 4 contracts and now I'm out of all of them and I just have one runner on. But yeah, that was my it's my recap from the last FOMC. See how it plays out today. But just be aware, major volatility, major snapbacks after moves. So try not to get caught in those. Be patient, try and be patient and be disciplined. And with that, we'll catch you guys live here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Um, got anything for us, James? Before we
Nah, nothing to
shut
add.
it
Just
down.
appreciate the breakdown of your last trade. Nice little
And that was essentially the last 2 or 3 Fed funds days were trades like that, We're waiting for a big push and then the pullback and getting in. And I've had pretty good FOMC days. Just waiting for that. Not trying to get in on the initial push, waiting for an extreme pullback, and then trying to ride that wave. So, all right, guys, take care. Later. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, and remember, we go live every day at 2:45 a.m. Eastern to trade the Forex market. Then we go live again at 9:15 a.m. to trade futures. We will see you then.